Whether you're stuck in a rut, battling creative block, or just looking to get your groove again, getting motivated to create can feel like climbing the steepest mountain. And then when you add in the weight of broken promises to yourself, it's easy to wonder, what's the point? But here's the truth, your creativity matters. Today we're going to break down why this happens, and I'm going to give you 3 ways to break through the fog and start creating great work again. The biggest culprit? Perfectionism. It's easy to fall into the all or nothing mindset, starting doing next to nothing to expecting yourself to perform like a pro. And even for the professionals, everyone knows from a long time off, you can't expect yourself to get back to full form right away. You gotta warm up, you gotta stretch, and you gotta ease yourself into the practice. You wanna go to the gym after months of taking a break and expect yourself to start lifting your all-time highs. And in the same way we would expect that from the body, your creativity has a similar fashion of working. For years, I skipped good habits because I couldn't figure out how to perform these things perfectly. I thought to myself, what's the point? That was the wrong way of thinking. And what I failed to understand for so long is that progress isn't about perfection. Progress is about momentum. And even 1 minute spent closer to my goals in a purposeful fashion will always be worth it. This is your journey and nobody else's. Comparing your right now to somebody's highlight reel will only hold you back. Our only goal from this day forward is to keep moving forward. Keep working, keep practicing, keep improving. We only want to worry about showing up and giving yourself the chance to create great work. Now that we've taken some pressure off and we've lowered the bar, let's actually talk about what we're going to do to keep moving things forward, practically. Number 1, be clear on your why. This one might sound basic, but it is absolutely essential to get clear on why you are doing this. Why do you want to create? Why do you want to keep improving? When things get tough, and they will get tough, your why will be the last thing standing to help you not jump off that cliff and quit. So whatever you got to do to write it down, say it out loud, tattoo it on your creative soul if you have to. This is extremely important to not skip. Number 2, copy and steal like an artist. Seriously, steal from the greats, imitate, mimic, borrow frameworks, whatever you have to do, take the thinking out of it and just do it. You can copy exactly, or you can copy something or create something in the spirit of. What's important isn't about the originality. It's about the rhythm. It's about showing up. It's about the practice. And what happens when you do this is that your creative toolkit starts to be built with all different things you didn't have before. So when you go back to your original ideas, you're remixing, you're combining, and then you start creating something more original than you have before. Here's one of my favorites, but put yourself in a box. I know it sounds backwards, but creating constraints and limits is one of the best ways to explore your creativity. Give yourself a weird prompt, start a timer for 15 minutes, maybe limit the tools that you're using. The constraints that you start off with, remove the pressure of the blank page. And remember, as creatives, we are problem solvers. So right away, you're showing up with a problem, already thinking about how to solve it as soon as you start your work. Don't be afraid to change your environment. If you usually create in your room, maybe go to a cafe, go to a library, go for a walk, go to the park, shake up your senses. When I travel for work, the change in environment brings such a different perspective to my music and to my beats. Whether that's the venue itself, the hotels, backstage. And not always are these perspectives great. Sometimes there's a lot of flops creating away from home with limited gear. But there's always that few times that it gives me something different that I haven't done before, that I haven't seen it that way before, that make its way back into my regular process when I'm here in my studio. So I'd always suggest trying this out, especially when things are getting stale. You might find something that you never expected to. And finally, but I'll tell you probably the most important step to ensure that you do not quit is document your journey. Because sometimes it feels like you're not improving, but as long as you're working, you are. I'm a big believer in patterns and connections in life, and that being similar across different paths. In the same way that your body and athletics and sports are connected with the fitness, is the same way that I believe your mind and creativity are connected. So when you go to the gym, and let's say you're overweight and you have fat, or you're looking to lose some fat, you might go through a period where you might lose some weight, and then you stop losing weight. But now if you go and look at the actual numbers and the metrics, it may be that you were still losing fat, but now gaining muscle. But that won't always dictate it when it comes to the scale. And what I think of the scale when it comes to our creativity is sometimes people won't like your stuff necessarily, but it doesn't mean that you're not getting better. It might not be your best song, but that might be technically your best song. So you always have to decipher what's actually always getting better. So when you document your success, when you document, you know what? This was a better quality. Now it's not maybe my best idea, but the quality was better. Or maybe next time it's going to be your idea is better, not as good quality, or maybe it's a bit of both. But when you document your success, you take your bias out of it and your recency bias out of your work, and maybe you weren't feeling it as much as possible. But when you go back, what you're gonna find is that there's gonna be this steady curve that are you improving in different ways. It's not always the ways we want, it's not always the same ways. But when you keep it in a place easy to go back and document and check it, you're gonna find yourself probably more surprised than you thought about how you've progressed. And again, when things feel like you want to quit and there's no point in doing it, when you go back and you actually analyze, you're gonna realize how far you came, and it's gonna really encourage you. Again, when times get tough and you're thinking, what's the point of moving on? Remember, wherever you are on the journey, just don't stop. Failures are only lessons if you never quit. We are creatives, we don't stop creating. We keep going, we keep pushing. Drop a comment down below. I want to know what projects you're working on. I want you to spend a little bit of time on that today. Keep pushing that thing forward. We want to keep each other accountable. We want to keep leveling up. And if any of this has helped you, I'd love that you would like, subscribe. There's going to be a lot more videos coming out helping you stay creative, stay productive. We just want to get better. Creativity is all we got, people. Go create, be great. Thanks for being here. Peace.